Alright, welcome back to the channel. Warhammer Man back in the studio. And we're about to take a look at this week's pre-orders. Before we get started, I'd like to remind you to like and subscribe for Warhammer 40,000, Kill Team, Necromunda, Age of Sigmar, and warcry content as well. So that being said, let's jump right in. And full disclosure, I didn't really see any surprises on this. I was basically everything we discussed earlier on in the week, right in line with what we expected. So we see the Kill Team Nachmund set is now available. So this is a big week for Kill Team. So we had the original Octarius set with the Kill Team, basically like rules and everything built into it. A nice little starter, actually a big starter. And then we saw Chalnath was the first expansion. And then we also saw the basically start collecting for Kill Team, or beginners for Kill Team. And now we're seeing the second expansion, which is Nachmund. So this one has the void-scarred Corsairs, the Heretic Astartes, and the Sector Mechanicus terrain. It has the Nachmund book, which has some special terrain rules, some missions, and then all the rules for both these kill teams. You also get a couple of decals and the board. As far as detail-wise, the Void-Scarred is a completely new kill team of 10 members, 9 of which you get to use in your games, so you have like one spare. And then also the Chaos Heretic Astartes. There are 10 in the kit. This is the regular new Heretic Astartes sprue kit from maybe a couple years ago, but relatively new. Nice looking models, and then an upgrade sprue to go along with it. So for the Heretic Astartes, you get 10 models. You can use 6 at a time, and then the upgrade sprue allows you to make some pretty cool customizations. You can have a bunch of extra like heavy weapons, special weapons, etc. So overall, nice looking kit. We did see a price increase over Chalnath, even though it is pretty much the exact same kit. Same framework, layout, everything. It did go up to $195 as where Chalnath was $175. So about a 15% increase. We were expecting, Games Workshop had announced obviously like 5 to 10% increases on most things. I was expecting like 12 to 15% on pretty much everything. So not really a big surprise. A little bit of a letdown. I think it will still sell fairly well, but I don't think it's going to be selling out like crazy. Even Chalnath was available for quite some time and was really not that popular. So we have the Chalnath book now is available. So we know that the pricing in the future for everything Chalnath now is probably going to be similar for what you're able to buy the Nachmund stuff in about 3 months. So this is coming out. Chalnath came out 3 months ago. And then with this expansion for Nachmund, we're seeing all the Chalnath stuff available separately. So we can expect the Nachmund book later to come out in about 3 months at $45. This includes, again, missions, some terrain rules, all the rules for the Novitiates and for the Pathfinders as well, but does not include the actual regular rules for the game. So if you buy this book, you still need the regular rules. Now we see also the 2 kill teams. So first, the Novitiates. It is 10 models, very nicely sculpted. They are $60 and unique, only 2 kill team, but you can use them in Warhammer 40k. So previously, you could only get them through the kill team set. Each of the models is unique and has special rules in kill team. Those rules are in the Chalnath book, but you can also use them in games of Warhammer 40,000. I believe those rules were shown in a White Dwarf. But you should be able to find them through like Battlescribe or online, etc. So, nice looking. The Novitiates are basically like Sisters of Battle, Adeptus Sororitas in training. So they're not quite as good, not quite as durable, but they are like all specialized in their own right. Very fun team to play. Takes quite a bit of skill, but they are very good in kill teams. So, but $60 for those. So next we have the Pathfinder kill team. So this is the regular Pathfinder set. Again, you get 10 Pathfinders and then a recon drone and 2 other drones that you can build various ways. You have quite a few weapon options with this. It is the standard Pathfinder kit that's been available for years. And then again, it has the upgrade sprue as well. And just for a comparison, the standard Pathfinder kit is $42. This is $55. So you're paying $13 for the upgrade sprue. Do you need the upgrade sprue? No. I have built these Pathfinders and painted them up, and the upgrade sprue is loaded with cool stuff that allows you to build the specific specialists for a kill team. So it has a bunch of like extra little bonus bits to help personalize your kill team, a bunch of extra like bear heads, some weapons that are not available in the regular kit. In my opinion, it's worth it. Would be up to you, obviously. Is it worth paying $13, or would you rather do like some small conversions, etc.? But I think this gives us a pretty accurate pricing. Now, it's interesting. We did see with the Commandos and the Vet Guard, they were both new kill teams. They were only available on Octarius. And when they came out, the Commandos were $60 and the Vet Guard were $55. And then when the price increases went into effect, the Commandos stayed at $60, the Vet Guard went up to $60. So far we've seen 3 of the 4 kill teams are priced at $60, and the Pathfinders are by far the cheapest at $55. Even the Vet Guard went up. Now with Kill Team Nachmund, it's an interesting setup because the 10 Heretic Astartes Space Marines that come in that set are currently available. You can just buy the regular set, but you don't get the upgrade sprue with it. But that's the only difference, just like the Pathfinders. But those 10 Heretic Astartes are already priced at $60. So when they come out later, I would expect them in 3 months to come out with the upgrade sprue and be priced at something like $70, possibly $75. Because you got to figure they're going to charge at least $10 or $15 extra for the upgrade sprue. So I do not think when the Heretic Astartes come out, they will come out at $60. I think they will come out at $70 or $75, as you will get that extra sprue to build like the, the Balefire Warlock and some of the other special weapons. There's a Reaper Chain Cannon in there. Some nice, cool little bits to customize your team, but I do not think that they're going to stay in line with the prices of the previous ones because the basic kit is already $60. So moving right along, we have our dice. We see the Kill Team Corsair Voidscar dice and the Legionnaires dice set in the Kill Team black and orange color scheme. The Corsair dice obviously black with orange logo, and the 6 is replaced with the Eldar symbol for the Corsairs. And then for the Legionnaires or Heretic Astartes, we see the dice are orange with the black print on them, and then again the 6 is replaced with the symbol of chaos. They're nice quality dice. They're big, they're chunky, they roll nice, they're good dice. But at $38, I think they're overpriced. They're not that unique. You can easily find third-party dice of equal quality that are as good or better. I'm not impressed by their dice, to tell you the truth. I really liked some of the previous dice they made that were very unique. Like there were some Death Guard dice and some Skaven dice. Even like the Lumineth Realm Lord dice were like super unique. They had some Squig dice, Ogres. They've done quite a few sets of like super unique, very cool collectible dice that you would never be able to find somewhere else or get through a third party like retailer or dice manufacturer. As far as most of these, there's really nothing special about them. So for me, they're completely overpriced. There's nothing special about these dice. The only real thing is like the proprietary symbol for like the chaos face or like the aeldari symbol. But the truth is, when you get custom made dice, you can give them like any logo you want and get them made. You just can't get them mass produced. So realistically, there's no selling point here for me. These are just for people that want to have everything match, and I'm not particularly a fan of the colors. So here is our killzone Chalnath. So the kill zones are basically just the terrain from the previous kill team set. So we saw killzone Octarius come out at 100, and then the price hikes took it up to 112, and now we're seeing the Chalnath set available for the first time at 112. So when Chalnath came out, the set was 170 with both teams, the book, all this terrain, and the game board. Obviously, since then the price hikes are hit, so we see the new we see the new Nachmund set coming in at 195. So we would assume if you could still get Chalnath, it would be 195, right in line. So what I expect is, obviously with this set, this is all the terrain from Chalnath. So when the Nachmund terrain comes out in whatever it amounts to, about 3 months, I would expect it to come out at 112. So the game board and all the terrain from the set at 112. So if that gives you an idea, you're basically, if you were going to buy this anyway, you're paying $83 for both kill teams in the book, which based on retail value is pretty good, because you have to figure that you're probably going to be paying about $135 for both teams, $60 and $75, and then probably $45 for the book. So if you were going to buy both teams and the book at retail, and you're pretty much getting the terrain, as a bonus. So that's the way to look at it. The way I like to value these things is you have to go by like what they're going to be at retail, and then see, is it worth it for you to buy the components individually. Typically with these kits, if you're going to buy the majority of the components individually, you might as well just pull the trigger on the box set, because you're going to end up getting, a bonus or saving a little bit of money, as opposed to them being individually available. So for instance, if we see the Pathfinders at 55, we see the Novitiates at 60, that's 115, plus the Chalnath book is 45, that's 160. And then the terrain set would be 112. So it would be $272 retail for all the components right now if you bought them. And it would be the equivalent of $195 for the set. So you basically would be saving $77 on $270. So roughly, about a 30% savings. And that's the same thing I would expect when the Nachmund set comes out, like in 3 months. And then there's obviously going to be a time in between where it's not available at all. So, and who knows, maybe there'll be more price increases by then. Would not surprise me. So next we have the White Dwarf 474, $11 as expected. So this one has quite a bit in it. It has a couple of cards and some rules for warcry for the new characters from Fear of the Deep. It has a couple of new rules for some Sigmar stuff as well. And then, of course, the most anticipated, most awaited, most exciting, to me at least, is the Void Dancers. That is the bespoke Harlequin kill team. So the previous Harlequin kill team from the compendium, very good. 8 Harlequins and quite competitive. But you only had one unique character, like your leader, and then it was 7 regular operatives with various weapons. With this, you're going to have the ability to replace 2 of your regular operatives with a solitaire and a death jester. So 2 very strong characters. And then you'll also have your leader. And then you'll have 5 regular players still, with a couple like special weapons, etc. So you're still going to have the same number of models, same number of, command points, action points, but you're going to have 2 specialized characters as well that are probably going to be very good. And then also, you'll have the, stratagems, missions, everything like that. And what we know so far from the bespoke teams, they've only gotten better. So what we've seen so far, they look pretty good. I have a feeling this is going to take Harlequins to the next level. And again, they're already very good. So if you are a kill team player, if you're interested in Harlequins, for me, that is the main appeal of this book. So next we have the Ahriman Eternal Mega Limited Edition. So this is a super limited, flashy set. Everything looks to be very nice quality. For some reason, I was thinking it would come in closer to 100 to 125, but we see the price point at 150. There is a lot in here. It's very flashy and looks like it's very nice quality. With overall a nice set if you're into this type of collectors and everything. So it does not surprise me to see it at 150 with everything else going on. But it is very nice quality, and it's super bright colors and flashy. It has a nice case to keep everything in. So nice looking set right there for the collectors. And then we have the Hallowed Ground at 27, right in line with what we expected. The models from that set are pretty cool. There are 2 models that were available. It's the father-daughter witch hunter kind of combo. I have a feeling they will make their way into Curse City with the future expansions. So you can find out a little backstory in the Hallowed Ground book. And then we have Dynasty of Monsters. This one is paperback, so it is substantially cheaper. It's $16 for this. And it talks about some of the background of Age of Sigmar, and basically how a city had fallen, and the inhabitants had to sort of summon this like vampire demon to protect them, but what did they give up? At what cost? And then we have some leftovers from last week. Wood Elf dice set at $18. Hard to read and overpriced in my opinion. The God Skull Thraka Prophet of the Wa, the reprint hardback for $19. Pretty good price. God Skull is cool. Story of him is pretty awesome as well. So, and then we see the Blood Bowl Wood Elf Team card pack for $30. Right in line with what all the card packs are costing now. And then we have the War Scroll Fire Slayer cards for $33. The War Scroll Idnath Deepkin cards for $33. We see both the Fire Slayer and Idnath dice at $38. Again, I mean, they're nice dice. They're good quality, but they're not particularly amazing. You could easily find cooler dice than this. Matter of fact, even like the old Idnath dice were cooler and are probably still cheaper. So we see the Wood Elf pitch, double-sided pitch dugout set for $50. If you're into Wood Elves, obviously this double-sided board takes place in the woods, and then you have your little dugouts as well. And then we see the new battle tomes, the Fire Slayers at $55, Idnath Deepkin at $55 for the standard ones. And not surprising, we see the limited edition Fire Slayers and Idnath at $90 and not sold out. This doesn't surprise me because basically the prices went up for the new edition of the books from $40 to $50. So if you bought already the like the Stormcast Eternals or the Maggotkin of Nurgle or the Orcs, the price went up from $40 to $50. And then with the price hikes, the price went from $50 to $55. So there's already a jump basically on these new books for the new edition and then also for the price hikes. So if you were playing Fire Slayers a month ago, the book was $40, now it's $55. So that is a substantial increase just in what it costs, like percentage-wise, to get into one of these armies. And then also, Sigmar is not nearly as popular. So with that double increase, and then on top of that, to play a triple increase for the limited edition, which is basically just the same cover without like the little rim around it, and the name is written a little differently. I just don't see it. I mean, it has like a little gold around the rim and everything. I know a lot of people buy these collector's editions. For 40k, they sell out pretty regularly, but I just don't think Sigmar has the same kind of like cult following. So, and then we have our two sets here: the Sealer of Souls collection, and then the Grimnir's Chosen Sons collection. So this is interesting because these actually came out pre-price hikes. Like right before the price hikes, they went on pre-order. And then they both have the Start Collecting box for their respective army in it. This one Fire Slayers, this one Idnath Deepkin. And Games Workshop raised the price of all the Start Collecting boxes. So they raised the price of these collections accordingly. So previously you didn't get any deal, but you at least got the art prints for free. Now they're more expensive. You still don't get a deal, but the art prints are free. So an interesting move by them. So the main difference in the price being $316 for the Idnath and $346 for the Fire Slayers, that is because each one contains two Start Collectings, and the Fire Slayer box went up $20, $15 each. I'm sorry. So there's two boxes, each went up $15. So they raised the price from $316 to $346 to reflect that. Interesting move in my opinion. But we see, obviously, this is the regular codex. You don't even get the special edition codex. So if you're buying this box set because you want the special edition art print, you would probably want the special edition codex too, I would think, if you're into like collecting or like the exclusivity aspect. So interesting way these are set up. But they are just bundles or collections. There's no bonus or special to getting it. Price-wise, you just get the prints. And in 40k, you don't even save money. You pay an extra $40 or $50 for the print. So it's an interesting way to market it, basically. It's like a paywall to get the print. So instead of just being able to buy the print at $50, you have to buy like $500 worth of stuff to be offered the opportunity to buy the print at $50. So at $33 for the cards and $38 for the dice, it's $71, and then the book is $55. So that is what, 71 and 55, 126. And then if you subtract that from the total here, that gives you $220, and each one of the start collectings is $110, and then your print is free. And same thing over here. We have basically $126 again for the cards, the dice, and the book. And then if we take that away, it is $190, and that reflects each one of the box sets being $95 now instead of $85. So they did go up even though they just came out. And then finally, we have the Ravener Rogue Special Edition. It is already sold out for $60. Again, right in line with what we were expecting price-wise. So no like surprises or anything like that. I would say if anything, the surprise is that they just put these sets out and then decided to raise the price to make sure you weren't getting any kind of bargain. Interesting. Definitely an interesting choice, but... So yeah, that's all the pre-orders for this week. No surprises or anything like that. And then obviously a lot of these pre-orders on this list were left over from last week. So in all actuality, we really just see the 6 kill team bits here, 7, 8, and then our 3 books. So it's like, you know, the White Dwarf, the Collector's Edition, 2 books, and then the rest is, you know, just these 7 kill team items. And we know obviously that Chalnath, Novitiates, all these were previously available. They're just available separately now. So in all reality, it's really just the Void's card and Legionnaires dice, and then the Nachmund set for kill team. So nice releases. I'm definitely excited for Nachmund. We did a video on the new rules for the Corsairs. They seem very good. Be very tactical and fun to play. I think they will play sort of like a Novitiates team where you have to be a little more strategic. They can be killed very easily, but they hit very hard, and if you play them right, they can be very strong. So probably not for the faint of heart or like new players, but I think they'll be a very good and very competitive kill team. But I am super excited for the Harlequins. So let me know what you think. Are you excited for Nachmund? Are you going to be picking it up on pre-order this week? Do you have any questions or comments? Leave them down below. Hopefully you enjoyed the video today. No surprises or anything, which is good. Maybe just the price on that limited set. But that being said, that is it for today's video. Warhammer Man Studios, I'm Warhammer Man. Make sure to like and subscribe for Warhammer 40,000, Kill Team, Necromunda, Age of Sigmar, and warcry content as well. Everything from reactions, reviews, and news, unboxings, and then of course, like painting, tutorials, conversions, magnetization, lighting, anything to do with tabletop gaming. That's it for today. I'm out of here.